What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to have to dive into this one, man. These people out here talking crazy. I'm here to expose everybody. I ain't holding no punches. Today, we're going to talk about a woman who said that it was weak for a man to be a stepfather, right? It is weak for a man to take care of another man's child. I'm going to play this clip and we're going to get right into this. Let's do it.
That a man that takes care of another man's child is weak. That's what you said. Can you please explain why?
That's not your child, that's not your responsibility. Your intentions may be in the right place, but it's not, you're not going to benefit from it. It is very rare. I know y'all love to use Shaq as an example.
Shaq?
Shaquille O'Neal, I think he wasn't raised with his biological father.
Oh yeah, right.
But how often does that happen? That's very rare. And even so, children deserve both of their biological parents, which is why it's imperative for both men and women, but mainly women, because there's more women out here with children out of wedlock than men. Pick the right person the first time.
So now, what if that doesn't happen?
I don't know what to tell you. Focus on
No. Because you can't say. So you're saying that every man that takes care of another man's child is weak.
Yes.
It is impossible for every man to grow up. Well, right now, as we're talking, every man does not have a man in their life. Mm-hmm. Or every child and every boy and every girl does not have a man in their life. Mm-hmm. So who's supposed to take that role as the man in that life?
The biological father. If the biological father is not there, then maybe.
All right, guys. So you saw that, you heard that. Now, she's saying that it is weak for a man to take care of another man's child, right? And she said that every child deserves both of their biological parents, right? So I don't disagree with the fact that most children should have their biological parents in their life, but the truth of the matter is that is not always the case, right? A father could be incarcerated, a father could be dead, right? A father could just be gone, could have skipped town, whatever the case may be. But there are many different situations as to where a kid's biological father is not around. Now, do I say shame on that father? Yes. If you want to say it's weak for a man not to take care of his children, I can agree with you, right? But to say a man is weak if he's a stepfather to a child is absurd. It's insane. Remember, words have meanings. To be weak is to not be able to do something. I'm going to say that again. To be weak is to not be able to do something, right? So anytime someone can help another person, right, another being, that is a strength. No matter what you're helping someone do, it's a strength to be able to help another person. It's not a weakness. So the logic on that whole concept is off, right? Now, I understand she's saying that if a woman is a single mother or whatever, she makes a mistake, she has kids by somebody she has no business having kids with, that woman should suffer. I understand what she's saying. But the truth of the matter is, for whatever reasons, right, there aren't enough biological fathers to go around because of, like I said, incarceration or death or whatever the case may be, right? There aren't enough to go around. Therefore, it's all right for a quote unquote stepdad to step in the picture. You may have a guy step in the picture who can't have kids, but he wants kids, right? Is that man weak for bonding with a woman who already has a child? Is he a weak man, right? He can't have children. He's met you. He's a great guy. He's a great father figure. He can't have children, but you have a child as a woman, right? Is he a weak man for helping that woman raise her child, right? There are many young boys out here who were raised by their stepfathers, right? There was a guy who came into their mom's life and she helped or he helped that woman raise that child, that boy. Because remember, Boys need male figures. I'm going to say that again. Boys need male figures in their life so they can fully develop as a man. Now, are there boys out here who was raised by single mothers and never did have a male/father figure in their life? I'm sure there are. But in most cases, right, even if you look at the stats, it is proven that when children are raised in single parent households, right, they turn out to not do as well as children who came up in a two-parent household with a man and a woman, or a mother figure, father figure, however you want to put it, right? Children turn out better when there are two parents than they do when there's one parent, right? So for her to say it's weak and men shouldn't do it is absurd. Now, if you want to say that it isn't wise, right, I can say, okay, you might say you're taking on a responsibility that you shouldn't have to. You might say it's not a financial decision that's a wise one, right? It's not a wise financial decision, right? You can say all those things, but to say that it's weak, right? Remember, to be weak is to not be able to do something, right? Like when I'm trying to lift something up and I can't lift it, someone might come and say, man, you weak. You can't lift that, you weak. Or if a man says, you know what, I had these kids and I've come to the realization that I just can't afford them, so I'm out of here, right? You can call that man weak because he's not able to take care of his children, right? Or he's decided not to take care of his children. So it's to be able to not to do something, right? But to say a man is weak for helping, right? To say he's weak for that, you're misusing the word weak, right? Once again, you can say it's foolish, you can say it's dumb, you can say it's not wise, but to call a man weak for stepping in and taking on the responsibility of raising a child or children that aren't his, that is not weak. Word have meanings, right? I would argue that a stepfather is a superhero, right? It's not something that I would want to do again. I've done it before years ago. It's not something I want to do again, but I would say that men who do that are superheroes, right? They're helping play a part in a positive way in the community, right? Whether it's black, it don't even really matter the race, to be honest. Anytime a man steps in and becomes that protector, that provider for a woman, right? Because every situation is different. This woman could be a widow. Anything could happen, but this man is stepping in, taking charge, right? That is not weak. That is not weak because he's able to help, right? Many of these people have terrible logic when it comes to the terminology that they use, right? They have terrible logic. Just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean it's weak. We got to stop doing this, especially in the black community. We're quick to call something weak. I remember last year, Dr. BOA said that living with a woman was weak, right? I did a video on that. Living with a woman is weak. No, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean it's weak. Now, if a man was to go in there and say, I can't handle this woman, she this, she that, she needy, she this, she that, I can't do it, I would more so say that's weak, right? But if a man steps in and say, no, I'm the head, I'm running the show, hey, you relax, you gonna do this, you gonna do that, this is how we're gonna do it, you gonna operate with my program, I would argue that man's a strong man, right? We got our terms mixed up and we just got to stop doing that in the community, right? We're calling things weak that it just makes no sense. We have got to cut this out. We have got to cut this out. But anyway, what are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know in the comment section. I have something wrong. Like this video, share this video. Also subscribe to the channel. I know you ain't subscribed to it. It's a new channel. It's a new channel. Help me out. Help me build this platform, right? We're going to do it all. We're going to do lives. We're going to bring up panels. We're going to do it all. We're going to help expose these people who are poisoning the community. Let's just say that are poisoning the community, right? Let's be a part of the positive change. Once again, thanks for watching. I love you all. Be blessed.